friends. How are you? I've missed you guys so much. Things are crazy. Yes, they are. Today, Monday, probably felt a whole heck of a lot different. I'm going to tell you what's been happening. Things are really breaking loose. Especially as we get closer to 3 more days and this full moon. My last live reading we did was a new moon in Taurus. And remember how peaceful that energy felt and the potential of it. I asked you to write down wishes for having fun with the lunations and going with the flow with unexpected things happening. Has the unexpected been happening? Remember that point of that new moon that just felt so clear and sweet, full of potential? Can you feel how whatever you were intending or creating at that moment feels fuller? Kind of like the Empress, that card in the tarot, that things are germinating and rounding out. That is the pull of this lunation, the pull of the full moon. That when you give something for the universe to take care of at that new moon, the universe responds because the cosmic energies are lining up where you are. Your vibration is lining up with those cosmic energies wherever you're located. And the promise is that things will germinate under the new moon of potential. And that's the fullness that you're feeling. If it's aligned with you, things are probably working out for the most part for you in your personal life. Never mind the news, all the craziness out there, but you personally, things are probably feel a little bit aligned, with the exception of this Uranian energy that is shaking everything up that doesn't match what needs to give. Uranus is very active this month. Think of it like a pressure reliever. Things that were not supposed to be, that we're not supposed to hang on to, break apart. There's nothing we can do about that. Okay? And so, this is happening worldwide. All of this stuff is happening worldwide for every person. Every person is going through the same kind of grounded chaos. Remember how last year the chaos felt very kind of airy and aggressive? Well, this chaos feels more on the ground. It's kind of aggressive, but it doesn't have that velocity to it. It's more settled within and shaking through structures. That is the Taurus energy of the earth beaming bright signals in Capricorn. The earth signs are very active. That's why it feels much different. So, there is so much I want to unpack here. We are going to talk about her, KY, Kim Yo Jung. I call her KY Jelly because I cannot say this stuff, you guys know. So KY Jelly. She has been way more active behind the scenes, much longer than we realize. You know how Jared is the back channel Secretary of State and Josh is the deputy back channel Secretary of State? She's like the back channel emperor. And she is dangerous. More on that later. She's kind of psycho crazy, like a Putin but worse, ready to lob grenades into all sorts of crap. But I digress. Also, that scientist from Canada that was escorted out of their Bio4 lab last October. I don't know how to say her name, QIU. She has been aligning with this one this whole time. What is going on? I'm going to tell you what's going on, and we're going to get a better grasp of what's going on. For entertainment purposes only. Oh boy. You guys already know we're in eclipse energy, right? You can feel it because the way things are shaking through. But I am going to show you quickly here. What is Donald exactly going through? This is his solar return from last June 14th. The sun right now is about Taurus 15. It's right about here. When you count days on a solar return chart, it's different than just going step by step by step, okay? So trust me when I say this Taurus 15 right now, landing right here, is between the midpoint of the July 16th can opener eclipse and the second house cusp, which has everything to do with money and income. It's like he's getting a cosmic squeeze to show us the money. Show us the darn money. He's getting his behind squished by major eclipse energy. And that Pluto is still hanging out at 24 degrees Capricorn, sitting on this eclipse energy. But the thing is now, it's retrograded. It's moving backwards. So all the stuff he's been doing at 24 degrees Pluto for like past 3-4 months, we're revisiting all that. That's what happens when things go backwards. We're going to stick the destructive path of Pluto. We're going to put it in reverse, and we're just going to slowly look at all the crap he's done that he thought he got away with. And this is in the 10th house. It's for everybody to see. Venus, income, money gains, is hovering right around here at 19 degrees. Venus is getting ready to go retrograde too. So all the shady money crap he's been doing, Venus is also going to put the car in reverse, and we're going to go backwards and see all the crap he's been doing related to the Three of Pentacles, secret talks. His part of bad luck is there. And deceit. So that's what's happening right now. Also today, the Sun in Taurus and Mercury have been about 14-15 degrees Taurus. Oh, that is opposite his solar return moon at 14 degrees Scorpio. That is why today has felt insane. He is fitful, to say the least. So we're going to find out about secret talks and the Nine of Swords, the nightmare anxiety that he has created for Washington, D.C. and has gotten away with for so long. We're going to stick Pluto in reverse, and we're going to go back and revisit that. Everybody is. The whole world is. Also, how is this affecting Russia? Let me tell you. Russia right now, those planets, the Sun and Mercury, are here in the 10th house, what's crowning Russia. So everyone is watching what's happening. Their eyes are on Russia. And those 3 doctors that have fallen out of windows, yes, I got a reading coming up on that. Aquarius right now for Russia is about 24 degrees Aquarius. In this area of so-called public servant oligarchs. Now, Mars is going to push up into the 7th house of partnership and the people. The people there are going to get some more energy. And while everyone is looking what's happening up in the skies with Russia, they're going to be finding out more about the partnerships and the wrongs that he's committed. China. China right now, we have Pluto, that planet of destruction, transformation. You know, it's been hanging out there at 24 degrees at that can opener eclipse. It too is going to go reverse in the area of hidden things, secrets, secret enemies. And now Pluto is going to reverse, and we're going to see all the crap they've been doing in secret with their institutions and science. And the secret things they've been covering up. And they're not going to be able to hide it because it's conjunct their natal Jupiter, which makes things bigger. Mars right now just came over their secondary ascendant, how the world sees them. So there's an even bigger magnifying glass on the crap that they're doing. And right now, the Taurus, Uranus, Sun, Mercury are squaring the Mars, Pluto that China has in their partnerships. How aggressive and destructive they are. Look what's going on with Australia, and also their partnerships and how they treat the people there. Brutal. They're talking about another Tiananmen Square. There's also discussion about possibly another prepare for war with the U.S. I personally think that this stuff with China, as serious as it is actually more the fallout with this, and that Kim Jong-un is freaking dead as can be. I don't care the videos they show. They're all these guys, he's dead. There's no, and it's the fallout that they're having to deal with her and her unpredictable nature. More on her later. And here's something very interesting. I just noticed this tonight because I was like, well, what's up with Speaker Pelosi? Well, we've got the Sun right now and Mercury are at 15 degrees Taurus, and in her natal chart, the Uranian planet, which is a marker, Uranian astrology, but just go with this. They're activating Kronos, the Uranian planet of Kronos. Kronos regards the one who is king, the one who rules. And get this, this is her natal chart. She was born right at midnight. Her chart, the ascendant, she's a rising Sagittarius one, a person of faith, a person who regards the law enforcement. Her midheaven is at 2 degrees Libra. Libra in the tarot is the justice card, the scales of justice, balance. The United States of America, her natal chart, it's exactly the same. The ascendant is 12 degrees Sagittarius. She is 13 degrees Sagittarius. USA chart, 1 degree Libra. She is 2 degrees Libra. This is, I didn't even realize this before, but this is such good news. I mean, she keeps us so tied and tethered to the well-being of our chart and our constitution. She has so much incredible cosmic forces behind her. And I feel like she's also helping to, we're going to go through our Pluto return next year for real. Pluto returns are pretty destructive. I feel like we've been through so much destruction already. I am hoping that for the most part we get our footing, because next year is hard for our country. But I feel like we're getting ahead of the curve. As horrible as it is right now, it's going to benefit us next year. This year, next year, they're tough. So that's what's going on with these other characters. Russia and China are having it too, and their people are pissed off. Okay, so before I do the reading on Donald as far as what is going on right now, we have to look at, Kim Yo Jong, his sister, KY Jelly. So much easier to say. KY Jelly. I think this is her natal birth chart. She's scary. It's for entertainment purposes only. It's my opinion. I arrived at what I think is her birth chart by the transits of what happened with her brother. And then, I don't know if you happen to hear about this, but on Sunday morning in North Korea, they decided to fire upon South Korea like 20 times at 7:41 a.m. local time. And then a couple hours later, out of the blue, they decided to fire on South Korea again at the demilitarized zone. So trying to figure out what those provocations were about. This is how I came to her chart. KY Jelly. And it answers a lot of questions for me because recently when I've been looking at the Taroscope, I might have mentioned in passing, this Eight of Cups keeps showing up. What is with this Yes card? And then I was like getting excited about the Tower because I'm like, something has to be going down. No, well, yes, and so when I did her birth chart, you know, I asked the tarot to reveal the cards to me that belongs in their horoscope, and then I ask for their appropriate astrology cards so I can figure out exactly how does this chart want to work. Well, like the tarot has the card of the reading, which you can think of the ascendant of the chart. The sign coming over the eastern horizon of a horoscope that gives life to the chart. What gives life to the chart? There's two major things with her. She drew the Tower card. She is just a walking tower. That's just who she is. She has a Scorpio moon where Pluto, death, destruction, leads it. So the flavor of her moon is always being the shadow of Pluto is right there. It's how it her perception of the world. Intense, deadly, destructive. In the 8th house on top of it, it's extra powerful. Involved with politics, things that are taboo, things of the sexual nature. With her, it is so intense. So intense. And the other thing is, her sun is in Libra, to Libra. Like Putin has a Libra sun. They're like, these people are like masters of, you know, weighing things out with people, being able to take the other person's side, being able to see two sides of an argument and find a balance and cooperation. But with this combination, it's manipulative and deadly. You'll never see where things are coming from. She's such a master at this. And her sun is conjunct the south node of the moon. The north node is in the first house of who she is in Aries. When you have someone with the sun conjunct the south node, that's not moving forward in life. It's more like you're here for kind of unfinished business. It's almost like, I feel like she's walking a parallel kind of life she had before. Or that she, with her brother, maybe because he was going to go, so before her, she was going to take over his position. She's really a scary person. Did I mention that? She's a scary person. So the way she presents herself to the world, which just feels comfortable for her, is being a tower moment, and inflicting disappointment upon others. On top of it, she's a rising Pisces, That's a sign that was on the eastern horizon. So she's very mutable, adaptable. That's why she's always hiding in the background. She just is like such a chameleon. She'll slip into one thing and into the next, and very water and sensing. She's very psychic, and brutal, and I just don't like her. I think I would rather have Kim Jong-un there instead of her, because she is fiery and unpredictable. She was named in 2014 to the People's Republic of being in charge, and I don't know if it's like a minister of this or that, but her job title was she was in charge of propaganda and agitation of others. They actually have the word agitator in her title for like her agency. I found extraordinary, because I thought it's been weird that since I've been doing this, and for all of you guys following these taroscopes, it's been a little bit mind-bending at times, that you realize how comfortable the oligarchs are with Kim Jong-un, like they talk to him, and like they talk with Putin, like they're all on the same page. She has an even slyer position. She's like the backup, and they all know it. Like, they know she's like the master one in charge of propaganda. I think a lot of the propaganda that comes out with the news stories, it might even originate with her. And then all these like other little troll farms are maybe using her as their guidance for it. She is so integral to this entire hacking elections. It was like, I was thinking North Korea, they're the ones that hack the elections. You know, Kim Jong-un, they have their master hackers. They get the data rolls. They know how to get into databases and how to run up the tallies at the last minute to flip elections. This is for entertainment purposes only. I have zero proof of this. I'm just telling you where the cards have led over time. So he's like the master primo hacker. And these guys, the 6 Wands mob, Donald and everyone, freaking out, all drawing the 8 of Cups. And I didn't know why, because they had to change their plans. Because he was no longer in charge. Who's going to take over? She has to take over. And I think, this is my hypothesis, that the reason why they had those videos come out that he was alive and everything is okay is because they need to buy more time to get things straight over in North Korea and how things are structured, because it could be a free-for-all. And she's kind of wiry herself, because if they don't have this component, they can no longer hack elections. I'm telling you, these 6 Wands mob is freaking out. I think she scares the people that have to deal with her. You know, like Jared and Josh are like, huh? Same with Betsy DeVos, what? You know, and even Elaine Chao seems a little like, oh my gosh, we got to deal with her? What's going on? So I feel like that's what's getting in order. Donald is totally freaked the F out because he doesn't think she can deliver. But she's been the master one writing the propaganda. Her brother was the hacker. I mean, he couldn't do it all himself. He had to have people doing it for him, right? So it's just like, I don't know. 6 Wands mob they are very jolted by this. And I feel like the reason why they're pushing this problem and blaming China, even though China needs to take blame for a lot of this crap because they downplayed and they hoarded all of the PPE and really put the world at risk, they deserve their fair share of blame. But I feel like it's getting overemphasized to the point where Beijing is like, prepare for a war, because all the energy has to go to China, because nobody can find out about the real secret sauce, which is North Korea, KY Jelly, and her brother. They are so powerful in what they've been doing. Like, I feel like she almost has leverage over Putin, to tell you the truth. And I feel like she knows that. I think this is why the GOP, they're freaking out. This is why, more of why Donald is going crazy. I know I said earlier in 3 days with the full moon, but I was also referring to the fact that, changing subjects, the sun will be at 18 degrees Taurus. In Donald's solar return, 18 degrees activates every single month on multiple levels. There's a north node, activates again, 18 degrees, 18 degrees, 18 degrees, 18 degrees, 18 degrees. The sun will be 18 degrees Taurus. In 3 days, we have a full moon. Something's up with 18 degrees. Yeah. 17 is danger, death. 18 degrees are all these marks. So, KY jelly, scary. They're all freaking out. She's got so much leverage. I almost feel like she's just been waiting since her past life to finish up what she was supposed to do, which is just kind of scary because she's only 33. 33. So I just wanted to introduce her to you guys before I did this, because she is showing up everywhere with every person I am doing a reading on. She's showing up. I was looking at why the report and Judge Reggie, because ultimately some things are unfolding relating to Kim Jong-un and her. She is one scary mofo.